Hi there, Scott Action Jackson here for an interesting little, I guess, news update that happened earlier this week. I think around Tuesday. I think throughout Tuesday. Some interesting figurines, well, figures, action figures, toys, whatever way you want to look at this, were revealed by both Super7 and NECA. And I think we should go the NECA route first. So, NECA revealed, oddly enough, if I can say the name right, this is based off the cartoon series, Chrome Dome? But it's this weird giant robotic being that Shredder created. And NECA themselves saying that this is even bigger than the Krang android body. And by some of the images, you can actually see how and why. They actually show the accessories that come with it, including the different hands, a gun, a couple swords, and a computer, which seems weird. But we do see in these images it side by side with Shredder and the turtle figures as well. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any images of it next to the android Krang body that was released by NECA as well. I might try to find it after recording this to see if... I think they said this is the biggest figure, tallest figure that they've released for the normal scale ones. Also revealed, all-around view of the Armagon figure released for the... what was it? The NECA loot boxes. This was going to be released under the gaming line because it came from the Tournament Fighters game. Even though we mostly know him through the Archie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventure comics. In which case, some people could probably paint over this to make it look less 16-bit-ish and more like what the normal figure would look like. Because there have been some people who did that with the Turtles in Time figures. And there's this other image that's been going around. And NECA says they are not making this image. They're not making this set at all. But it was originally going around, I think, through Facebook and Twitter, with this guys literally only want one thing, and it's effing disgusting. And it's an actual 4 turtles, the 4 brother turtles, with like no dots in their eyes and stuff like that. And man, I wish NECA did make a full thing like this instead of the weird Turtles in Disguise pack that was released. Well, was released. It's not in this area, guys. Seriously, I've gone to Target multiple times and they do not have Turtles in Disguise. They still got some stupid dinosaurs. That's about it. But yeah, like I said, this would be awesome if NECA actually did something like this, even though this was just like a fan-created box art thing. It would be cool to get a hold of something like this. So that's it with the NECA side of reveals that happened this week. Now let's go over to Super7. And some people already know about this. Super7 is making a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line. And as far as we know, it's just covering Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We don't know if it's going to be kicking into the other Power Rangers series or not. And the first thing we got teased or looked at a while back was the Goldar figure. But now, they have actually revealed the full first wave that they're doing. Goldar, a Putty, the Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord, the Green Ranger, and the Yellow Ranger. Now, with Goldar, we have an extra head that has an open mouth. We have these weird star things. We have his sword. We have this little treasure chest thing that has the power coins in them. And we have different hands. Most of these figures are going to have different hands. I don't understand what these stars up here are from. It might have been like a one-shot thing that happened one time. I don't remember. So, sorry if I don't remember. The Putty is interesting. Because it actually has a football jersey. An actual Z vest to put over it. A cowboy hat. And once again, even things to mark the Z logos, and additional hands and weapons and stuff for the hands. So yeah, it's once again, it's an interesting thing. I kind of wish it was a little darker gray, a little more darker gray instead of this very, very light gray. Because that's the way I remember seeing them in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. Now let's go over to the Tyrannosaurus Zord, which comes with a Tyrannosaurus power corn, additional hands, and some fucked up Red Ranger figure to put on top of its head, I guess? It just looks like a weird stand-in that shouldn't be there. I guess this is just me being nitpicky, but the shape of the head on this looks a bit flattened. I don't know how else to explain it. It just seems flattened to me. It looks like it should be a bit taller. So let's go over to the Rangers. Green Ranger. We have normal Tommy with a ponytail head. We have demented taken over Tommy with a headband. We have normal white gun. We have the dragon dagger that's painted and chiseled, and we have a gray dragon dagger. Then we have this weird gun thing. We have additional arms that don't have the little gold on the bicep area. We have an additional gold shield that doesn't have as much of a detail to it. We have the Sword of Darkness and some other sword. We have additional hands and a little power morpher, which is neat, even though there's already one on his belt. I don't know what the additional little power morpher is for. Alright, let's take a look at the Yellow Ranger. So we got both Trini and I think it's Aisha heads. And to be honest, I'd just be keeping the Trini one. We got the standard white plastic gun, and then we got the way their actual guns were transformed, but in their different forms, from the little blade to some other thing to the actual gun. We got the little daggers to, I guess, the original style daggers, which were garbage silver things. We have, I guess, the yellow coin cone thing. We have some yellow flowers. We have this gnome thing. I think it's from one of the weird offshoot episodes of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We also have the Yellow Ranger morpher, even though once again we see a morpher on her belt. And we got the different hands. And on this one image we see the different, I guess, pending box arts for each of them. And to me it's interesting that Super7 is doing a Ultimates line with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when we know Hasbro is kind of still working on some figures. I know I currently have the Goldar figure, the one that I wanted to get after, which took a while, the original orange box one, because otherwise there was the white one that didn't have the wings. And I got the Green Ranger figure, and I got Lord Zed. So part of me is going to be curious if any of the accessories and heads might be interchangeable with the Hasbro ones or not. I don't know. That might be an interesting question and something to try and figure out whenever they come out, because the problem with Super 7 is once they do pre-orders, and once the pre-orders are shut down, we don't know how long until they actually get around to shipping them out. It could be next year or the year after. I like that they're actually giving this a shot. If I compare this Green Ranger one with its accessories to the box from the Hasbro line, I mean, the Hasbro one just has the head, closed fist hands, it looks like, the dragon dagger, and the Sword of Darkness. this one has a lot more accessories. So yeah, it's if you want to shell out more money for these figures, that would be a good thing to get. I think they are going for like $55 each on the Super7 pre-order page. So if you want to spend that much more for the figures, including the extra accessories and the packaging itself, you should definitely try to hop on this when you can, assuming they don't sell out of the pre-orders, which, who knows, they could. So yeah, that was just me sharing this bit of a, I guess, action figure reveals that happened recently. So go and give your opinions down below if you think these are some interesting ideas and like the way the designs are or not. So until next time, bye.